Welcome back, everybody. It has been a minute since we've been at the at-home store, so Tom and I are going to take our third walkthrough to take a look at what is new. And first thing that we see offhand here is we've got inflatables appearing now. So it looks like this display is a bit sparse. I'm guessing it's going to get filled up. Well, hopefully it's going to get filled up, with the whole coronavirus thing. We don't know how much merchandise we're actually going to expect. But they've got a couple of fun things here, like this Happy Halloween banner, which we're going to see here in a minute on the back side of the display. But we've got some old favorites like the little cat there, and I really liked this pumpkin archway. I've been looking for a good pumpkin archway. Not sure I really like this one. It's a little happy for my taste, and it's $150. And here's that awesome tree that we saw last year. It might have been around for 2 years. I'm not quite sure. Don't remember. But that tree is spooky and awesome. I do like this little Happy Halloween banner, though. It just it looks cute. So let's go ahead and check out what else we have new. We've got some pillows, like this Trick or Treat Yourself with some candy on the back. We're going to see a lot of candy this year at the at-home store for some reason. But here we go. Is that, in fact, actually, was that a candy cane on that pillow down there? Anyway, let's move on. A couple of blocks here spell out boo. And a lot of little signage, little tchotchkes we can stick around. Little house here. The window lights up when you press the button. Not sure how effective that is. But, oh, the iridescent skull. It's pretty lightweight. It doesn't have any heft to it as I would have imagined. So we're going to go ahead and skip a lot of the things that we've seen in previous videos. So if you're wondering why I didn't stop and look at some of this stuff, be sure to check out my other walkthrough videos. Here's a little skull with a topper you can fill with God knows what. Could be kind of fun. I love this little creepy sign. Looks like it's made out of little bones. It was, as you can see, hollow. It was so light, it wasn't what I was expecting, but it is pretty inexpensive, but it's got a good look to it, I think. And getting some more iridescent things, little kitty. Glitter, ugh. We'll move past that. If you don't want the big glitter skulls, you can get the little glitter skulls. I actually love this pillow, though, with the little potions. Be good for a little witch-themed room. And, I pointed out those pictures, the toad and the snake, in our first video, I think. I really love those. But they have all sorts of fun decor. This is actually kind of creepy. Look at that with the little snake coming out the eyes. I know we've seen similar things in the past, if not this same one. It just looks really creepy. It does light up, but it didn't have a try me button, just a battery, so it's probably just a little white light in there. Unicorn. Ugh. We'll move on. Alright. Some more pumpkins. I like the decoration on that pumpkin. It's pretty cool. And I've always loved those little bats. I think they had that last year too. I was very impressed with it. Looks good in person. There's another little skull in black. These Jack Skellington heads were amazing. You can't get the gist of it here on camera, but when I saw them, I was just blown away. They're very large, and it just has so much presence. As we move to the other side, we've got some lawn decor. There's some more candy. There's too much candy going on. I know Halloween, maybe they're trying to keep everything a little more friendly this year with everything going on. Maybe we just don't need any more horror in the world. But there's just something about candy by itself like that. It just doesn't do it for me at all. In fact, I find it kind of off-putting. I really love this red pillow with the spider coming off of it. We're going to see a lot of red coming up a little bit, and I think it all looks fantastic. But they do have quite the assortment of lawn stakes, which they do every year, so nothing new. But wow, here's a little basket of severed heads. Doesn't really have a whole lot of body to it when you pick it up, but who's really going to be manhandling these things? For $14.99, I think that is an excellent looking prop. It's going to scare little children, which is what we're all about. Alright, we've got a little black cat in front of the little white dog, next to some more lawn stakes. We saw some of this stuff in our other walkthrough, but this little Man-eating plant is kind of awesome. It's new, and another dragon holding a crystal ball. They have a lot of dragon decor, but I think new this year, they're going for this sort of eerie, and I can't remember what it's called, eerie and elemental or something. So you've got a little fairy there. I do like actually that pumpkin with the dragon eye. But here's like a little dragon. It looks like, honestly, to me, that looks like an aquarium decoration. I don't know what I would do with that. I certainly wouldn't put it out for my Halloween decor. All right, moving on. We saw the spiders and severed head or hands before, but here we've got some new skeletons. I like this hand. That would be excellent for crafting, actually, if you needed to have a little hand, a little skeleton hand peeking out from around something. But you got all sorts of skeletons here, snakes and frogs and whatnot, and just some sort of bone banner type stuff. Actually, these little bone pumpkins are kind of cool. We'll take a close look here. They have two different sizes with a little bat on the top. Pretty neat. And there is a beware sign, just like the creepy sign we saw earlier. And then some more hanging decor that we, again, have seen before. I guess this must be part of that elemental collection with the green growing on that skull, but I love it. It actually looked pretty in person. I guess a gnome would fit right in to that. Not exactly Halloween to me, but, you know, to each his own, I guess. Got some very cool looking spiders. It was actually quite hefty. I kind of expected it to be a little bendable, posable, cheap thing, but it wasn't. And is that a velvet pumpkin down there? You know how I feel about the velvet pumpkins. Some more spider decor. And what is this over here? Well, we'll get to that in a second, but here's another cute little spider. But here is a Christmas tree, a little black Christmas tree. I know some people like this. I don't. So enough said, let's move on. I do actually like this sort of candy corn coloring on these pumpkins. Gives it a nice little presence. That one's a little orangey, next to one that's a little reddish. A bag full of little pumpkins. They're paper mache type. They feel very light. Some skeleton busts, very, very fancy looking. Here we're getting into the kind of that crimsony red colored atmosphere that I was mentioning we'd see. Very goth. I love this bowl. $25 though, but it's got a lot of presence too. It's just kind of pretty. And then there is some crimson skulls and pumpkins. Ooh, look how that lights up. Pretty nice. And we saw this candle holder in my first video, and I wished I had taken a closer look because I love it. Love the creepy house on it. And then we've got some Hear No Evil and Speak No Evil skulls, but I don't see the See No Evil. I love this little skeleton lantern. Good for, I'm not sure what we would do with that actually. It could actually look pretty cool on a cemetery column. Speaking of cemeteries, we've got a little old-timey hearse figurine made out of tin. There's another velvet pumpkin down there. Oh, there's the See No Evil there. But these velvet pumpkins, this one actually I don't hate, honestly. Maybe it's just the crushed red velvet pumpkin I didn't like, but that one, it's actually kind of pretty, and it goes with all of those pillows that we see there. We have a candle holder with some skulls. This looks like it could be an easy DIY project, but it could just be easier to buy it. I don't know. Anyway, spirits. Look, I love the flashing of that spirits sort of flask. Another little figurine with a Christmas tree. I guess we're going to try and get this stuff that we can leave out for multiple seasons. There's just some more gothic decor, little glittery tree, and here's a fun little light. But again, it's so small, it has no real realism to it, so I'm not sure what I would do with something like that. Again, maybe you could retrofit it into the top of a cemetery column or something, but for that just to sit on a table, I don't understand it. Some wreaths and a lot of cutesy little pumpkins with fun sayings and some skulls. Well, again, a lot of things that are not scary this year. Kind of cutesy. Ghouls just want to have fun. Here is some sort of little dollhouse of some sort. So I think overall this is probably the trend that we're seeing. We're going to make Halloween a little less scary, a little more, hey, let's have a Halloween party and have some fun, which I'm not too opposed to, but I do like the scary stuff, so we'll have to find a shop that sells more of that. But until then, keep it spooky, guys, and take care of yourself. Make sure you stay tuned for more Halloween walkthroughs, DIYs, product reviews, and so forth as we make our way closer to Halloween. And I'll see you then. Take care. Happy haunting.